Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. Welcome to the Commonwealth cabin. I'm happy today because I finally get to talk about a topic that's been on my list for days. There's been so many sales, so many different topics, and I just can't quite get to this one. And this is something that I feel pretty passionately about. If you've been watching the show a long time, you know I always say time is money, and I've made a mistake that I would typically not make, and it is costing me a lot of, well, not a lot. It's costing me a significant amount of money over time. And I'm going to talk about it today. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about and get your feedback on it as well. And we've got some pretty cool sales too. Let's go take a look. And I'm kind of glad today is a little bit of a slow day. Don't have a ton of items headed out of here, although we just had another sale which put us over the $600 mark. So it's not the worst day. And of course, with what we were talking about last episode, that's 2 days worth of sales, and those are gross numbers, not net numbers. So I'm not, however, going to say that every single time. So y'all are pretty smart. So this sold, it's like a G.I. Joe tent. Maybe I'll put the picture up here on this for you so you can take a look at it. 45 bucks, $44.95 for that one. Haven't sold a G.I. Joe item in a while. I'm gonna have to put that on the list. On the A Real American Hero sale, we are gonna say that that is a $30 profit after fees, after shipping. 2,851 bucks. We're gonna do 2 more sales today and then get into the topic for the day, and hopefully this topic's gonna save me money and you some money. But I have a feeling, like usual, we'll have some disagreement, and that's okay too. You know, there's a proverb that says, as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. And I kind of believe that. So I like to bounce ideas off people and get other people's opinions, and sometimes we come up with some better stuff together. That little hook right there sold for, I don't know, what is it for, crocheting or something? You know, this came in one of those Maryland boxes, so I'm not really familiar with it, but it sold for $9 plus. You know, let the cat in while we're at it. I gotta get to this topic, cat. See, I'd save a ton of time if I didn't have to open this door 100 times. Have a lost and found item that sold, and I gotta make sure it's the right one here, because there's 2 of these, but one of them has no battery and the other one has a battery, and the one with a battery we sold, and the one without a battery, no, the one without a battery we sold. See, now I'm confusing myself. You know what? Here's an easy way to do it. You think this will work? I just weigh it, and then I don't have to set my camera down. All right, whichever one's the lightest. 5.3. That's funny because there's a magnet on them and it sticks. 5.7. So this is the one with no battery, and I didn't have to take that off with one hand. So that sold for $99, y'all. I think plus shipping. So $99 plus shipping. And yeah, I think that didn't turn on when I hit that. So there you go. If you ever see these, I don't know where you would, but I get them at the Lost and Found sale at the golf course. 300 Pro for that one. And these are just great. They're rangefinders, for those of you who don't know. If you're a golfer, you go out there on the golf course and stand away from the pin, and you hit the button, and it tells you how many yards you are to the pin. There you go. All right, y'all, let's talk about this mistake. So this purchase wasn't a mistake. This purchase was awesome. I love it. We've been selling a ton of these posters. The Mickey Mouse and the Mickey and the Beanstalk, the Donald Duck one. We've been selling combinations of them. This Scrooge one has been selling pretty quick. It's my favorite, I think, of the 3, but they're all kind of awesome. And so I bought hundreds of these total. There's probably the fewest of these Scrooge ones, unfortunately, because they're the coolest. But I know I had to ship them, and I'm like, you know, it's a pain in the butt with the UPS. You know, in the old days, you used to just be able to use the tube and ship the post office, and it was perfectly wonderful, right? Well, now you got to deal with those surcharges and everything. So I'm like, you know what? I got this Supply Hut link, and Charlie lets me use my Supply Hut link, and I'm going to order some long boxes, and I'm going to figure out how to ship these things. I should probably stop doing this, drive you nuts. Let me finish this. There we go. And I'm going to figure out a way to ship these efficiently and cost effectively. And I made a mistake, and it's costing me money. Let me show you what I mean. Here, I keep these boxes up here, by the way. All my boxes, well, not all of them, but most of them I keep up here because it's pretty easy to get to them and restock over there. Here's the one that I bought from Supply Hut. And of course, you used to be able to ship in these, and you know, you just cut it down and go to the post office, but now that surcharge, it's just not worth it. So I said, you know what, we're gonna buy some boxes. And I bought these. I'm gonna put some numbers up here on the screen if I can't remember them exactly, but I wanna say that this was, I think like $1.18-ish each for each. No, it's not. I take it back. This is, I gotta look. This is $2. This is $2 for this one right here. Okay, I gotta turn my phone off. I'm getting bids on an auction. So I bought, and I buy a ton of these things, so I'll show you the numbers. I don't know if I bought 50 or 100 or what I bought. And I'm like, okay, this is gonna save me money because they have a 4x4 by 24 as well, which would work, right? Because we're shorter than that. And I'm like, I don't want to buy that one. I'm going to save money. I'm going to buy this one, and I'm going to cut it in half. And as you know, well, as some of you may know, triangles support things far, far better. It's way harder to crush a triangle than it is to crush a box. And so when you're shipping posters, you know, you either have to package it and put stuff around it to make sure the box doesn't collapse, or you need to turn it into a triangle. And then it adds weight and shipping supplies if you don't, but it adds time if you turn it into a triangle. So I'm going to show you how I do that today, and then I'm going to tell you that it was the worst decision, not the worst decision ever, but it was a bad decision and why it's costing me money. I'm going to talk a little bit about numbers while we're doing this, and time, because time is money. And, you know, the more time you have, the more listings you can get up, and that's where the money's made. So, in my opinion, it is anyway. So, the first thing you got to do when I bought this one, and, you know, it cost, you know, like I said, $2. So, I'm cutting it in half. I actually get the discount because Charlie lets me use my own discount, which a lot of affiliate folks don't let you use that. And so, I use code Commonwealth, and I get 5% off, just like y'all do, over at supplyhut.com. And so the first thing you got to do is cut it in half, and then you got to turn it into a triangle. So, I mean, you really do, y'all. I'm telling you, if you ship them out without filling the box up, it's going to crush. And you got a poster. So there's your triangle, and then you got to tape it, which I'm going to do that here really quick. Do that just a little bit. I'm not going to tape the whole thing through. I like to tape it up really good. That got caught right there. It's my favorite tape gun, and it's starting to go bad on me, which is too bad. So you can tape that up, then tape it here, of course, tape the end down, and then that's my box. And it won't crush because it's a triangle. Now that takes a little bit of time to do all that. Not much, but a little bit. Go through the whole process and then pack it in like that. It's going to take me 2-3 minutes total to do something like that. I've got to do it twice, but it is going to fit, right? This thing's going to fit in here perfectly fine. It's not going to crush. I like it, but when I really looked at the numbers, it didn't make sense. Because this right here, doing that work, cuts it into two, but I'm paying about $1 for the box. Pepper's back. Now, I could have and I should have ordered, maybe should have, and you'll see what I mean in a minute, the 4x4 by 24, and then I wouldn't have to do the cutting in half part, the measuring out and cutting in half, which takes a little bit of time. It would have cost me 18 cents more per box to do it that way. Okay? So I could have done that. But it doesn't eliminate the cutting it down the seam and the taping it this way and taping it this way and the filler at the end. And it doesn't eliminate the bulk of the work. It just eliminates a little bit of the work to save 18 cents per item. The real thing I should have done is this tube right here. That tube right there isn't going to crush. You simply take the cap off, slide the poster in, put the cap back on. Now here's the kicker. It's going to cost you a little bit of money. And it's going to cost me $2 roughly. Because, you know, you get the discount and everything. To use those. But it's going to save me, say, 3 to 4 minutes total process. In doing all this, it's going to save me that amount of time. So it's going to cost me 70, you know, as opposed to this box. Let's say opposed to this box, it's going to cost me around $1 more. So let's look at the numbers here. Let's just try to use somewhat round numbers. I don't know, let's say 5 minutes total process saving. Although it's probably a little less than that, but let's say 5 minutes. That's 11 times in an hour. Let's say 12. We'll shave it down a little bit. 12 times in an hour, and you're saving $1. So you're saving $12 an hour if you're going to put yourself through all this work. Okay. Now, the rule of thumb that I use is if I'm not going to say, I'm trying to make 25 to minimum 25. I'm trying to make about 40 an hour, but I'm trying to, you know, minimum make at least 25 to make it worth my time. Well, that's not saving me $25 an hour. So in that case, I'd be better off listing more items. How many items could I get listed in that amount of time? In 1 hour, could I make enough money to replace that $12 that I lost with convenience? And so for me, I should be doing that. At the very minimum, I should be buying the 4x4x24 box and saving that minuscule amount, or not saving that minuscule amount of money, that 18 cents, because you calculate that out, you know, to say 2, 3. I mean, that's, you know, maybe $8 an hour because it's such a tiny amount. And so saving time means saving money. It's why I talk about thermal printers. Now, Rollo sponsors us, and we've got that link down there. But I don't care what Rollo printer. I don't care what Rollo printer you use. Go get the link below. I don't care what thermal printer you use. Those things make you money. If they last, if they're good, they last. I've never ever had a problem with any thermal printer I've had. I've had 3 now. And one I gave away, one is still inside. Actually, I've had 4 because I gave 2 away. And this one, I've never had any trouble whatsoever. They save me money because of time. I don't have to spend all the ridiculous time cutting things, replacing ink, buying ink. I'm listing items with all the extra time that stuff saves me. Now, this is much later in the video, but I thought it would be appropriate because now I've packaged this thing up. I timed myself, had to cut out the end pieces on this thing right here. The flaps are, it's a little bit flimsy here, but you know, if you cut it out right and you put all the tape on there, it's going to be secure enough because it's a triangle. Right here is enough. That took me 7 minutes, y'all. 7 minutes. So definitely, I wouldn't work 7 minutes for $1. Forget it. Shoot, I pay my kids more than that. So I've ordered some tubes, and yes, they're going to cost me $2, but I'm never going to have a complaint. It's never going to crush. It's going to be super fast, super easy, especially, you know, if I'm paying somebody. If I'm paying somebody to do my shipping, which at this point I'm not. My daughter does a little bit of shipping for the CommonwealthPicker.com store, but if you were paying somebody to do shipping and you're paying them to create these boxes, well, you better be paying them a little amount of money because it's costing you. So how much do you value your time? I always talk about simplify. Think about Amazon. Think about what they do. You get stuff shipped to you from Amazon that's Frankenboxed. You don't. I mean, I suppose every once in a while you might get something that's Frankenboxed. Now, you get things in too big of boxes sometimes and that kind of stuff. But this saved me so much time. Right here, this shipping table, which, by the way, I need to thank somebody. Who do I need to thank? Kyle, thank you for getting plans for the Commonwealth Picker shipping table at CommonwealthPicker.com. This thing has paid for itself 20 times over because the time, it's all right here. If I need to ship something, I just grab it. I don't have to go to 6 different places. I'm not dealing with boxes that I'm tracking down at the dumpster and using that time. Although, I would say that if you work somewhere and boxes are just throwing themselves at you and packaging material, of course you should get it. But the biggest time savers to me, since I've been doing this, that I wish I would have done for the get-go, is buying boxes. I know that seems odd, and I still find boxes all over the place, especially the odd ones, the big odd ones. I always stash those away because that's a time saver too. If you're taking boxes that you buy and constantly Frankenboxing them, that takes a bunch of time. But if you know you have that perfect box to ship X or Y, grab it and keep it. But other than that, I used to search for little boxes, and I'd put them in a big tub inside and mounds of boxes. And now I've got 10 times the amount of boxes and 10 times less the amount of space. And it's just super easy. And time is money. Tell me your time-saving tricks out there. Tell me if you disagree with me down below. And I think there'll be 3 reactions to this, right? There'll be people that are like, yeah, I kind of agree with you, but I get these boxes. I'm not going to turn down Amazon boxes. My kids know right here. If there's something that shows up from somewhere, eBay, Amazon, anybody's delivering or whatever, come put those boxes right there. If they're big, go put them in the eBay cave in there because we're going to reuse them. We're going to save the money. but I'm not going to go out searching for them. To me, it doesn't pay off. My time would be much better spent listing items. You know, the reaction from a few people might be, you know, they're trying to recycle and whatever. I get that as well. And you know, some people might react like, of course, you know, no kidding. Time is money. You know, you can get up 30 more listings in an hour. You know, you can make 200, 300, 400 more dollars. Of course, it's not worth saving 10 bucks. And then of course, some people would react and say, you're just trying to plug your affiliate links. In which case I would say, no, but I'm glad I did. Supply.com. Code Commonwealth, save yourself 5% off. So there you go. And oh, and the Rolo one too, except for you, there's no code for that. You just have to hit the link. Trilene, super strong, Berkeley uncleaned hat, $8 plus shipping. Kind of like the old saying, what is it? Penny wise and pound foolish, I think. These are all Saks Fifth Avenue. They were given to us, and since they were the same size, we decided to lot them up because they don't go for that much independently. And Uncle John gave them to us. Thank you, Uncle John. He's the only uncle that has any kind of style dressing, so $34 plus shipping. Plus, you know what? My wife absolutely hates shipping stuff like this. She just flies when she ships. It's incredible. She ships faster than I ship. But she doesn't Frankenbox. She hates it. She doesn't do these. She, you know, she's like, you're packaging that up. You know, she just doesn't like it. And so, and I don't like it, to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of going through that hassle when I can just go grab one. And that's decent profit, right? You know, I paid next to nothing for these. So this one's selling for 25 bucks a piece. And, you know, I don't mind spending an extra $1 on a box to make sure, on a tube, to make sure it's going to get there and it just goes out really, really quick like that. I don't have any problem with that whatsoever. You know, bump the price up $1 for goodness sake. Pay for it. So I don't really put it in the shipping and handling, or the handling section. I don't know, does anybody do that? Put that extra handling fee? I suppose I could. I don't know which one of these sold here. I better go look. Okay, that one did sell right there. That is Drew Barrymore, Gertie's character, or Drew Barrymore's character, Gertie. Pepper really wants some food. We got to sweep in here. Turner's been working for some money, and he said he would sweep, but he's not feeling too good today. So, anyway, here we go. AT and drag, I always say. $13 and like 60 cents for these two total. Headed out of here today, plus shipping, to one person. And I didn't see a message, so you may or may not be a viewer. Daniel, if you are, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, y'all. Turner's here. He's a trooper today because he...
What does trooper mean?
What does trooper mean?
Yeah.
Means you're toughing it out today. You haven't had the best day in the world because you went to the dentist today, didn't you? Mm-hmm. And it wasn't fun, was it? No.
Well, it wasn't fun when I got there, but it didn't really hurt.
No, because they gave you the laughing gas. That's why.
The laughing gas.
Yeah, did they give you like thing put over your face?
Yeah.
Yeah, and knocked you out so you don't remember the pain. But he's hurting a little now. But he came down and did the sale anyways. I think it's because he wants to make the money, right? So you've got some Thomas Trains right here. Thomas Train, Thomas the Train. Y'all can fight about it. And Cuddly, I don't know what that guy's name is. Die-cast, not die-cast. Those are electric. And they sold on Bonanza, Turner, which is pretty cool. You're going to make a little bit of money on these. Total out the door, like $34. Same buyer. They bought two different things, so that's not bad. Definitely enough for you to do what?
$7, spend $1, and donate $1. Bye.
All right, so Turner just left, and look what we got. We traded one Pepper for a Wallen, a Sophie, and a No Name. Huh. How you doing, No Name? How you doing? This is crazy, y'all. Crazy. You take up my whole day. I can't get nothing done around here. One more side note on that. Those big giant boxes you can get like at Lowe's or Walmart. I've seen people take those and cut them out and lay them out like a piece of paper and then slice it into these sections, and you can make like 4 or 5 boxes out of something like that, and those only cost like $1.50. But again, the time it takes, that even takes more time because you're creating the creases. You know, you're scoring it or whatever to make your creases, and you know, it also takes up space. It's a bit of a hassle. So let me know, is there anybody out there like me who has just gone to finding the right things and just buy them in bulk in order to save time? And I get it if you're not, right? A lot of people are trying to save every single dime because they're not investing a lot of money into it. They're trying to make some money. I get that. But at a certain point, I buy things in bulk. I don't want to search. I don't want to cut everything and take a bunch of time to make the package. I will if need be, but I don't want to. And I'm sure we'll get some disagreement, and that's okay. But is there anybody out there who is like me and who's used to think differently and now thinks the way I think? And let me tell you, it's not about the affiliate links and all that stuff anyways. I would do that if I had no sponsorship from you, Charlie. I would still buy this stuff. And the stuff that you don't sell, like that down there, I would still buy that. It saves so much time. It makes me so much happier. This is, I think they call this a midget pencil sharpener. Yep, there it is right there. That one sold for $10 plus shipping, but that's okay. I'll take it. And see, there's a box, right? That one isn't a supply hut box. I'm not turning that thing down. I'm using it, but I didn't go out hunting for it. I do go hunting for those TV boxes because I find those very, very useful when I do lawn chairs and things like that. And they're flat, right? And they don't have that mass that cost you a bunch of money. So anyway, hey, one more point about these tubes, because somebody's going to say this. The tubes are heavier than these boxes right here. So somebody might say that, well, that's not going to go first class with the weight of the tube, but this would. I'm not sure that's the case because I haven't got the tube yet. But it wouldn't go first class anyways because it is over the limit, which is what? Is it 22 inches for first class or is it 19? I should probably know that. I can't remember. At any rate, it's going to be surcharged. It has to go priority mail anyways, even if it's under a pound. So the weight's not going to matter much. I just realized something. We don't have a viewer sale today. We might have had a viewer that bought something, but we don't have somebody who left a message. So there you go, all you haters out there. This is what a day looks like without a viewer sale. So there we go. Maybe that's why it's a $500 day instead of $700 day. There you go. This is headed out of here today. This U.S. flag. Check it out. This is one of those Fort Knox flags, by the way. And the Honorable William Proxmire, a United States Senator. This flag will be presented to Bobby Johnson and Aunt Sarah Mae and Uncle Louis Knight. You're going to knock all this stuff off. Sure knocks. Card right there. Anyway, there you go. $45 plus shipping. This was a Maryland gift. Having said that, there are some repeat buyers. Jonathan, I think the name was, the person who bought this next one. Maybe make sure I get to Christopher. Bubble wrapped memory sand toys. It says repeat buyer. Doesn't necessarily mean you're a viewer. I mean, I've been selling on eBay for 22 years. So we've had a few repeat buyers. And this is an odd kind of purchase for a viewer. And that is, I think it's this one. I pulled this one out earlier. I knew I'd have to dig for it. Leo. I think it was Reagan's old Leo. Maybe. I mean, we buy some to resell, and then some of those that are hers. And Blue Ridge Mama buys them very, very frugally. She'll search down the deals and buy a ton of them. And that one sold for $17.95 plus shipping. And it's headed out of here. That's a pretty good little sale. Probably less than we paid for it, and Reagan used it for years. That's my guess. So, Christopher, you might be a viewer. Thank you. But my guess is you're not. And a couple more club head covers, $10. Pulled this one out of there. It took me, you know, truth in advertising here. It took me about a minute to find that one, and then that one took about 30 seconds to find out of here. So I just didn't dig, but you don't want to watch me digging through these things. So there you go. A couple of club head covers, 25 bucks. I think this one is plus shipping. That was free shipping. All right, y'all, Reagan's got some sales, and she's taking off to a gymnastics meet, but I'm staying here, and you've got my shoes on. What are you doing?
I do have
you
your
look
shoes
ridiculous.
I do.
All right, what do you got?
Kevin got an Enema Man and a CWP sticker, and he's from Texas. Nancy? No. Yes?
Nancy? I
Nancy
think so, yeah.
got an Enema Man.
Yeah.
Melanie got a cash tumbler, and
Ooh.
Kimberly got an Enema Man, and Tara got an Enema Man too.
Okay. Very, very cool. Hey, I've got something because this is here. And I know you made this for me, and I know you're making more. But I got a request the other day for somebody who's doing an charity art auction on Whatnot for a family in the name of autism. And I was like, you know what? I bet Reagan, she loves making stuff. She'd make another one.
I promise I'm making some more.
That's right.
They're
And
not
we're
done
going to
yet.
auction some off for charity, too.
Yep.
And do some 50-50 splits and give you some of the money. But this one, Reagan said absolutely she would send this off. So it's going to Rachel Strickland. And she's going to put this in her Whatnot auction.
Yep.
And you can go check her out on Instagram or YouTube or whatever. And she will probably tell you when that is, because I don't remember. So that's very, very kind of you, Reagan. That's awesome. So anyway, thank you very much.
Bye, and don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
Look at all the stuff that showed up in the post office, y'all. Actually, this didn't. This been sitting right back there forever, and I totally forgot about it. Ivan sent that for me and Blue Ridge Mama a long time ago. So if she gets out here tonight, we're going to open that up. So thank you. But all of this is a surprise, actually. Something I bought. And all of that, all those things are from viewers. Plus, this right here, Kreider Collectibles. Thank you. I'm sure the kids will enjoy that. There you go, Scrooge. You gotta love that. So, Kreider Collectibles. I guess that's your eBay store name. And this one, Papa's Mixed Up Corner. Love the sticker. We'll put it back there. And you're on Instagram, so I will try to remember to post that. If anybody sends me a sticker and you're on Instagram, I always post it on there for y'all. Look at the QR code. I'm so proud. Although I can't get it to focus, so y'all can go look at it. Maybe I'll put my QR code up. Papa's Mixed Up Corner. Gotta love it right there. He sent us this title set just in time. Y'all, how cool is this? We're going to have this for March, which is my birthday month. So that's going to be a sweet St. Patrick's Day hat. I really do appreciate it. Whenever we get a new Titleist hat, we do an auction of an old Titleist hat, because we have a bunch of them that we wear, and we give it to charity. So we're going to do that. And Matt, Part-Time Pickers, is sending me a bunch of hats, he said. So he likes to give them to us and have us run the charities. So Matt, thank you for that. So we're going to put these two hats together. And I don't know which charity we're going to do on this one, St. Jude, or we do a bunch, the Ronald McDonald House. We do Compassion. We do quite a few. So we're going to put those out on auction. They should be up by the time you see this. So thank you very much, and thank you for the kind message. We really, really do appreciate it. We'll get to these, I promise. If you send us something, sometimes it takes us a while. Ivan, I can't believe I took so long to open this thing up. Blue Ridge Mama already left, and I forgot again. I'm like, I'm opening it right now. And he says, keep it or you can sell it. This is a yard sale practice in the winter months. I had no idea there was a yard sale board game. How cool is that? Sealed too, brand new. What do you know? I mean, that is awesome. Join the craze that has taken over America. Imagine having to get to 5 garage sales in different locations all over town. There's lots of detours that can throw you off track. Oh, I love. Oh, see, somebody should make this game and have Carrie be one of the pieces, and that would be hilarious. Dave and all these crazy pickers out there. I could see. I'd want to be Tim from over the years. He's the best dressed, you know. That's a pretty cool idea. This reminds me of, I did that video, You Might Be a Reseller, and then I did one that was You Might Be a Reseller Part 2. You can check them out. I'll put them up right here. And if you haven't watched them, they're kind of funny. And Froggy Flips, Anthony, was on the second one, You Might Be a Reseller Part 2, and his kids were playing garage sale. It wasn't a board game, but they were out there playing like make a pile. That was hilarious. It was really, really good. And then Dave Tesla Picker had a pretty good scene. There's a bunch of folks in there. You should go check it out. I think Harry Tornado was in that too. Thank you, Ivan. I really do appreciate it. Only one sale in here, but this one got me excited. This stuff gets me excited, and you're going to hear the price, and you're like, why? So, this is the shirt right here. ASA, 1983. Those old graphics on it. State Tourney, Clarksville, Tennessee. An old softball tournament, Class C, men's Class C softball. Sportswear tag, large, made in the USA, 50/50. And it's faded. It's got a little pilling on it, but it is single stitch. And you can see that there. I mean, this is perfect right here. For me, right? You know, a lot of people buy that vintage clothing that is just crazy expensive, $100, whatever. This kind of stuff, people actively seek this stuff out. It's $15 plus shipping. But this is the kind of thing a certain group would wear. And this thing is just cool. They like the fit, they like the style, they like people to look at it and go like, why is this person wearing this? I don't know how many years old is this. I can do this math. 40-year-old shirt. You know, why are they doing that, right? And that's the kind of, you know, St. Patrick's Day, can you see somebody wearing this thing out there? And I just love it. I remember going to this sale. This is the crazy sale. I'll put it over here. Just, if you haven't seen this sale, you need to go watch it. And we're digging through this stuff, and I can just see him. He's like, what? And I'm picking this up, and I'm like, sweet. I remember picking, there's like 4 or 5 like this. He's like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. he's like, how much is that going to sell for? I'm like, $15 plus shipping. And he's trying to figure it out, like, A, why would that sell at all? And B, you know, $15 plus shipping, why are you so excited? But, you know, there was probably 30 of this type of shirt there. I was paying $0.25 a piece. And I just love this stuff. It's my favorite thing, one of my favorite things to sell. So getting really happy. All that vintage stuff is slowly getting into our store. And you've seen a few sell already. And this one is kind of one of the first ones like this to sell. And I really like it. And I got something else. I bought some stuff from my buddy Ray's Whatnot auction the other day. And he sent a couple of stickers with it. I'm not going to show you what I bought because it was a couple of stocking stuffers for next Christmas for the kids. So check that sticker out. I'm going to put those up, one in each shed, Supply Hut and the Commonwealth cabin. So Ray, Nashville Flippers, check him out if you haven't already. Super, super nice guy. One of the nicest guys I've met in all of YouTube. All the, you know, way nicer than Dave and Carrie. So anyway, thank y'all. Hey, speaking of Dave and Carrie, the announcement was supposed to happen for the Trash to Cash meetup in Vegas, an event, dinner, and all that stuff. And we did not announce it. We announced the date, but on the next Trash to Cash, it will definitely be announced, and there's a limited amount of tickets. So be aware of that, and maybe tune in to next Tuesday's Trash to Cash. And I promise you this time, because I sent people over there last time, you will, the link will be there to the tickets, the whole 9 yards. So anyway, thank you, Ray. I appreciate it. And thank you to all of you for watching this channel every day. My mind is just blown every single day that y'all come back and want to watch. We wish you the very best out there. Thank you for the questions. I'm having trouble answering all of them now. There's so many on so many different platforms, but we're getting through as many as we can. So if you haven't got an answer for me on one of your questions, just keep trying. I'm picking and choosing every day. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate just all of the love you guys show us. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you next time.